G'day, Avengers. How's it going? My name's Bransen. I'm here in self-isolation. Avenger radio's been put on hold, but we found a way to tune in with the Avondale community and bring you up to date on everything that's going on in this crazy world at the moment. I'm joined by Phillip Riccobene, club captain. Phil, how's it going, mate?
Yeah, not too bad. Can't complain. I'm working from home at the minute, so the sun's out. It's blue sky, so no, life's good at the minute. Working from home, but what's happening in the world at the moment? It's news to everyone. So just trying to keep safe and stay indoors.
Yeah, well, it's pretty full on. I see, great minds think alike. We've both set up in the backyard here. It's been raining the past couple of days, but the sun's out, so that's been going. How's work been for you? Obviously, the virus and everything's had a huge impact on everyone, but how's that affected you personally?
It's tough, especially with what's happened with the season. I think it's the first that's happened ever, really, where the season's just come to a sort of a standstill and a stop. So not sort of going to training three to four times a week has been a little bit different. I was working on site up until probably about 2 weeks ago. And then we sort of got sent home and got set up at home to work from home. So that was challenging as well. Just trying to get all the systems going at home and the software and all that type of thing. But so far, so good. It's been quite a smooth transition. I enjoy being home, especially with my wife and my little one. So spending more time with them and seeing them every day is good. But yeah, the transition was pretty good at the minute. We've been ticking over, doing bits and pieces on our own. Sort of going for runs and that. We've got a bit of a schedule that we need to sort of try and stick to. But apart from that, yeah, it's been pretty good.
You mentioned you've been able to spend more time, obviously, with your family. But how have you found not spending so much time with the rest of the playing group? Because obviously, you guys are pretty tight knit. You got games and trainings and see each other all the time, and then to go from hanging out, 4 times a week to not seeing each other at all. How's the group staying together? How do you keep in touch or interact still? Or
yeah, look, it is a little bit difficult, especially like you said, it's such a big part of your life, and you're around them pretty much 48 weeks of the year with a little bit of off season. It's tough. It is tough, but we do keep in touch with everyone via our WhatsApp group and that. But it's easy for me because I've got a family and that, and sort of my attention can be put elsewhere outside of soccer. But especially those boys that are sort of a little bit younger and don't have any girlfriends or don't have a partner, or sort of they miss that catching up sort of vibe and training. Yeah, it would be a little bit difficult for them. But yeah, look, we still keep in touch via our WhatsApp group, so it's good. The banter's still good.
That's the main thing. So, like, as far as a playing group goes, obviously this whole break is totally unprecedented. So, how do you prepare for the season to potentially, hopefully, return? Have you got instructions or workouts from coaches? Is it essentially like doing a whole nother pre-season again?
Yeah, look, this is new to everyone. So I guess everyone's just sort of taking it as it comes, and we don't know when we're going to be starting. At the moment, there's a plan put in place to start 31st of May, but that might kick off and sort of not go ahead. My own personal opinion, I don't think it will. Especially if there's not a bit of a curve in the numbers of positive tests with this COVID-19. Yeah, look, we've got a training program from JB, our fitness, strength and conditioning coach, and he sort of gave us quite a detailed training program to keep ticking over, in these weeks ahead. So yeah, all the boys have been chipping away doing that, and yeah, it's tough. It's tough to stay self motivated, and we look, like I said before, we just don't know when we're going to be going back. We don't know how long this is going to go for. It might blow out for the whole year. Yeah, we're not sure at this stage. So it's just a matter of keep ticking over and keep doing those little things to stay strong and still keep reasonably fit and for the return back.
You touched on motivation there, in particularly for you, because the first couple of weeks, you were dealing with an injury and, weren't necessarily playing. Does that make it harder to stay motivated, knowing that, you might have to be preparing to get back ready for, 4 weeks time, or it could be 2 months, or it could be next season. So how do you keep yourself going from a fitness and point of view?
Yeah, look, it's probably worked in my favour, if anything, having this time off, because it's given me a chance to try and, get my ankle as strong as I can. The last couple of weeks, I've just started to get back into running. Yeah, it's sort of baby steps for me, but with this sort of everything that's happened, it's probably been a positive for myself. And I guess just to stay motivated is just to try and get fit again, get strong again, and in hope that when it all does return back to normal, I can put my hand up and be ready for selection again for when we start playing games.
So in regards to self-isolation, what are you doing to pass the time? Have you picked up any new hobbies, or have you found any little activities that are sort of keeping you sane at all?
Yeah, I was trying to juggle some toilet paper before, and that didn't
That
go
go.
to plan. I was pretty shocking at it, to be honest. It was terrible. But yeah, look, just been card games, and my wife doesn't mind putting puzzles together. A lot of shows we're watching at the moment, Peaky Blinders. So that's been a good watch. And just little things like I've got a little toddler running around, so he always keeps me busy. And we're in the backyard, and if we're not playing soccer in the backyard, he's playing with his slide or on the trampoline. There's always something to do when you've got a little one. So yeah, you're never sort of bored. You're always on your toes, and I guess you just have to create new games and new things for the little one to keep him in tune and intact. And but yeah, no, there's always plenty to do.
What's the toughest puzzle you've had to tackle so far?
Oh, believe it or not, it was a Walt Disney one. It was a Mickey Mouse Walt Disney one. It was just it was that typical old school Mickey Mouse sort of with his wand, and there was water coming out, and yeah, that was pretty tough. I think that was about 1,000-piece puzzle, which it took us a little while to put that together.
That's all good. So as a sports fan, I mean, what's it like being a player? So obviously, the NPL's been suspended, so you have to deal with that. But then being a sports fan as well, you sort of have the double whammy of having all the other leagues being suspended, like the A-League, all the European football leagues, the AFL as well. Like, is it sort of like a double impact for you? All of a sudden you can't play and you can't watch either?
Yeah, definitely. Look, definitely it's not you usually can't turn the TV on and watch a footy or soccer. If any positive thing that's come out of it, you probably get cheaper Foxtel rates now, because if you give them a call and tell them that to cancel your sports package, they give you generally a better deal. So heads up, guys.
A hot tip from Phillip right there. That's it. Nice.
But apart from that, yeah, just watching movies. So I'm not really one. I don't really have much time to watch movies and TV shows and that. So now's been a good time to sort of unwind and get stuck into a few of them. So yeah, it's been good.
As far as sports go, who do you follow?
In which sport code?
Let's go footy, A-League, European football.
Footy, I'm a Carlton supporter. So I have been. My dad's a Carlton supporter, also my brother as well. So I used to be a footy fanatic. I used to love it. I used to play it. I actually played it before I started soccer. So yeah, Carlton weren't doing so well in the last probably decade. So sort of lost interest a little bit. But no, looks a Carlton supporter overall. Liverpool supporter. So it's been a bit whatever you want to call it, up in the air. You cop your sort of stick from everyone regarding this whole virus going around, and whether they'll lift the trophy or not. And in the A-League, I like to watch all the teams, to be honest. I don't really follow one particular team. I've got mates that play in several teams, and I just like to see how they plotting along, and it's about all.
So tell us a little bit about your journey to Avondale as well, because you're one of the players currently in the current group who have been there for the longest period of time. how did you first get attracted to the club? And then also, how have you seen the club develop and grow from the time that you first joined to where we are now?
Yeah, I finished up. It was at Port Melbourne at the time, at the end of the 2014 season, and Avondale just got promoted in 2014 for the following season, 2015. So um, Jeff, I think, was one of the first players to go across, and me and Jeff played together back at Gully days. And he gave me a call and sort of put it forward that he's moving across, and the club's got good ambitions, and they're wanting to sort of give it a good nudge, and they need a few experienced players to go across. So he was sort of the first contact, and then I end up back then. I think part of the board was Anthony Warden, who's now a part of Avondale's board, and Steve Strano as well. They were two ex-teammates of mine back at Green Gully back in the reserve days. And we played together, and they gave me a call as well, and they said that it'd be good to get me across to the club. So yeah, had a chat with them, and yeah, it rocked up pre-season back at the end of 2014, and seeing the club grow like drastically. They've just taken big steps, and they've just turned themselves into an absolute powerhouse club, and it's been good to be a part of that journey. But yeah, that's how I sort of fell into the traps of becoming an Avondale player.
And what do you think has been the most exciting thing to see in terms of the club's development from while you've been there?
I guess, look, now they've got themselves a ground now. So the Avenger Park now is their home base. Back before then, we were at Doyle Street, which wasn't an ideal setup, but I knew the club had ambitions of finding a good base. And I guess just attracting, great players and players all want to come to Avondale now. In terms of their staff, the coaches that they're getting now, and they're getting themselves a fitness coach, and they're really spending money behind the scenes in terms of trying to become that professional club that they want to be. So it's just, it's good to see them adapt. It's been baby steps, 6 years in the making, but they've got so much potential to go so much further, and they will.
Well, and have you seen, obviously you mentioned baby steps, but we're really sort of starting to see some of that pay off in terms of Avenger Park, with the new scoreboard going up, the new grandstand. There's plans for, renovated club rooms and change rooms in the works. How important is that as a player, sort of having a place that feels a little bit more like home, and having things like, a grandstand and a scoreboard that make it feel a little bit more permanent? Does that ever
definitely. Oh, look, it all adds to the the whole surroundings of the club. It does make it feel professional. The grandstand, went in just as we got told that we needed to finish up. So, we still haven't had a chance to play a home game as yet. So it'd be great to get back onto Avenger Park and play a home game. But yeah, look, those little one percenters that go into play, I know they've got a little bit more that they want to do around the club in terms of like change rooms and put in a gym and all that type of thing. But in all good time, that will come through.
So lastly, there's sort of some discussion or rumours going around in the works that there's going to be a FIFA tournament involving some of the Avondale players. How do you go at FIFA, and who would you back in the tournament?
Oh, I was good back in the days when I had time to play it, but now I'm absolutely shit house. So, who my tip? Boland gives himself a good rap, so I'll probably put my money on either Boland or Valentini. Talks a good game as well. So
he seems to do a lot of talking. I don't know. Do you reckon he can back it up, or do you reckon he's all talk? No,
he can talk the talk. I don't know if you can walk the walk, but I'll probably put my money on big bad boom Boland or maybe Valentini, I reckon.
All right, there you go. So your two hot tips for the day. Three hot tips. So don't do the Walt Disney Mickey Mouse puzzle. Do call Foxtel to try to get a deal.
Yep.
and then Boland or Valentini to win the FIFA tournament.
Yep.
That's it. Phil's big three right there. Well, I think we might let you get back to self-isolation. Enjoy the backyard. Thank you very much for taking some time to have a talk.
Cheers. No worries, Brant. Have a good day.